Good morning. Today, I'm bringing to you something different, something a little bit unusual. I'm actually going to talk about the top three success killers. Now, again, success killers. I like to talk to you and give you knowledge and help in the ways of giving you success. Now, I'm going to try to reverse it now and show you what the top three success killers are. Number one thing I'm going to tell you about ego. Huge success killer. Biggest success killer that there is out there. And that's in every facet of life, your health, your wealth, your well being, everything. Anything you could be successful at, and ego will kill it. Am I wrong? No. Ego is the number one success killer. And the way that I want to break this down is just saying simple. Let's look at and examine ego. What is it? Ego is simple. It's when you get too big headed for your own good. And that's in anything. That's when you think because you're great at soccer means you're going to be great at basketball because you're athletic. Not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you, some people are very talented at that, not all. And most people are not talented at everything. It's impossible unless you work at everything 100 hours a day, which is not even 100 hours in a day. So you can't even get there. So let's wipe that from our minds and let's start really taking a look at the ego. What are some other, kind of examples of ego? I hold a door open for you and you don't say thank you. That's ego. It's like a self-importance, like you're the king and I'm just a peasant. Not saying thank you for stuff that people do for you or help you with. That's ego. Somebody likes to take credit for other people's work. That's ego. Somebody that always has to have the me too mentality. That's an ego. Ego will kill your business, will kill your success, will kill your health. It will kill your relationships. Think about it. The person that just doesn't drop and say, it's not really that important. We need to make up and stop this foolishness. That's generally the person with the ego. The person that drops their ego and says, we're friends. Let's stay friends. And I'm sorry for what I've done. That's very humbling. That's the person that people like to have a good relationship with. And that's people that people like to support. So just keep that in mind. Number one success killer is ego. So drop your ego. Get rid of it. It's not worth it to anybody because believe me, if you think you're too smart, too perfect, you don't understand what many of us understand. There's 7 billion people on planet Earth. You're like a gnat on the Pacific. There's somebody that's going to be bigger, better, badder, smarter, faster, stronger than you are in certain facets, and you're going to be stronger and better, faster in other facets than other people. So focus on your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Focus on giving gratitude and not attitude. Gratitude, not attitude. Drop the ego. Second biggest success killer that I see is people thinking that they're thoroughly researched, that they know something. It's kind of like, I know, but I really don't know mentality. It's easy for people to assume, hey, I was a manager at Best Buy, and therefore that means I'm going to be a good manager at Costco. It's not the same thing. There's some certain, fractions of my abilities that might be able to be used beneficially and cut the learning curve short, but there's still a whole system that's different at Costco. So constantly learn the knowledge, right? Constantly be obtaining that. Real knowledge, not the internet form of Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook knowledge. What I'm telling you to do is to go and research, read. But another way to learn that's a real positive way to learn is learn from other people. Watch what they do. If somebody makes a huge mistake, you think you're going to go make the same mistake? Well, some of us do, but really, if you're really, really intelligent, you'd sit there and say, hey, you know what, that could happen to me too. So learn from other people's mistakes as much as you learn from your own. And in fact, I'll say it differently. Learn from other people's mistakes more, but also learn from their successes. Success is a blueprint. So if you see somebody doing something a certain way that you feel is the best way for you to do something and that you can collab with and you can connect with, then go do it and make it your own and own it. Just repeat the pattern, but make it your own. So, but you got to be thoroughly researched and you constantly got to search for knowledge. When you say knowledge is power, and we hear that and we've integrated that into our lives, it's real simple, but it's very complex. It means that every day you got to kind of search for this. Every day you got to take time to read, research, Be thoroughly researched before you shoot your mouth off. If you don't know something, say, hey, I don't know, and then go research it. Go talk to mentors. Go talk to people that have gone through it, and then come back and then give that advice. So then you also don't look foolish when you make that mistake later. And it's okay to make a mistake, but you don't want to tend to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. So again, let's recap right now. Ego, number one killer. Number two killer is not being thoroughly researched. Number three killer is a waste of time, or as I would like to call it, time management, as you've heard it in that way. I really like to, my way of putting it is the work versus time aspect. There's work versus time. Most people think that they're busy, but they're really not. Busy is a relative terminology that most people use for almost anything. How you been? Oh, I've been busy. Well, busy doing what? Sitting on your couch? Busy doing what? Playing at the park? Busy doing what? Sitting at your seat for 8 hours a day, really only accomplishing 3 tasks? There is this inherent sense of busy and laziness that has kind of come out of it. So what I want to say is it's a work versus time. Being productive is different from being busy. Does that make sense? Being productive is better than being busy. Productive means that you're accomplishing tasks. The more tasks you accomplish, the more productive you are. And the quicker you do it means the more effective and efficient you are, which is now time management. So this is why I call it the work versus time. Become effective and efficient at your job by outlining your tasks and focusing in on those and being the best at those tasks and completing them. And with every bit of research and with none of the ego, and success starts to kind of blossom from that. So keep in mind, it's okay to be busy, but busy really means that you're productive. Don't say that you're busy when you're not productive, because that's easy for a boss to spot, that's easy for your clients to spot, or whatever else that you're in, your friends, your family. So just be very transparent and understand that with yourself, you need to analyze that work and understand, are you busy or are you productive? And get productive, not busy. So again, let's recap for a second. Top 3 success killers. Ego. 2 has to do with how you research and are you really thoroughly researched and how you obtain that knowledge. And 3 is all about the work versus productive balance, work versus time balance. So I hope this helps you, and I hope this gives you some sort of clarity and some thought maybe to maybe change some of your actions and become more successful in whichever avenue that is, whether it's your health, whether it's your family life, your business life, whatever that is. I just want to see everybody succeed, and I hope that, something like this will empower you to start sitting down and reading and researching and making some adjustments and pivoting in your life to where at any moment, no matter what your age, no matter what your culture, how you grew up, you can be successful in whatever, manner that you'd like to be without, stepping on people's toes, being rotten, or any kind of variation therein. So I hope, again, this helps. And thank you again for always tuning in and kind of giving me good feedback. And I really appreciate it, because this is me stepping out of my comfort zone and really trying to help out in a different way. And so this just makes me feel a little bit better about, the everyday work that I get to do that kind of, sometimes goes unnoticed. And now I feel like it really doesn't, so you guys have been therapeutic in that sense as well. So I appreciate you. Have a great day. Look forward to talking to you again.